Hello everyone, it's John Bengal. Sunday the 26th of June. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you like the video I put up. And yeah, I've put a few people out to see if they want to come in. And obviously we shall see. But yeah, as for now, she'll see what's going on. Let me just get this sorted out. Yeah, I'll be getting some more stuff out soon. As and when I can get round to sorting it. Oh, what's going on here? This is all going a bit weird. There we go. Let's wait for it to fill up, see who's around. Well known, unknown. How are you doing? You're first in, first to comment. Woohoo! Oh. Yo, Daniel boy. How you doing? Let me see if I can get a bit to, oh, everyone's coming in. Angela, hi. Adam, how you doing? Uh, yeah, I'm doing alright. Hello, DMC. How you doing? What's going on here? Um, Sorry, folks. I'm just sorting out some bits here. I'm going to sneeze. It's not going to be good. So what's everyone else been up to? Weather good, is it? It's all right here. Nice. Like it. Oh, how do I? Aha. There we are. If anybody wants to come up, let me know. You'd be pleased to know I'm going, oh, what's this? Be pleased to know I'm going on an explore probably next week at some point. So there'll be more stuff coming out in the future. It's been cloudy all day. Yeah, Daniel, 1 minute it's lovely and sunny, the next minute it's had a bit of rain and it's all clouded over. What's going on? Where did our summer go? Mm. Share it about, Bengals about. That's all I say. I don't really know what to talk about, to be honest. So if anyone's got any subjects, please do tell me and I'll see what I can do. See what I can muster. But yeah, hope you can all hear me all right and see me all right. No, you don't want to see my ugly mug too much. Yeah, Daniel, it's been a humid, isn't it? It's 1 minute, it's always humid. Yeah, evening, Lucy. Yeah, so that just Shanklin Chine I went to, Isle of Wight. It's absolutely mental. No, it doesn't. That video doesn't do it justice because it's in a, like they call a gorge, so it's the streams just cut away over 100,000 years or whatever. And there's subtropical plants down there, like you saw, but there's like it's everywhere you look. It is just overgrown, and it's absolutely. It was not really a massively hot day, but in that gorge, it's absolutely roasting, which was a bit strange. So I thought it was going to be a bit cooler. And I thought I'd do something a bit different because we all need to shake things up a little bit sometimes. And if I go somewhere and even if it's a tourist distraction, I'll just film it. Why not? Because some of you might never get the chance to see it. Even DMC. Hmm. Oh, well, so I don't know how long I'm going to be on here for, but thought I'd do it for a little while just to say hi, have a chat. If anyone wants to come up, let me know. I will put the link in if it's someone who I haven't got on a message or somewhere else. So let you know. So come on, everyone. What have you all been up to? Me, not much. Same old thing. And what's going on? What has been happening? Anything? Any gossip? Not that I want gossip on here. I just would rather truth, but Yes, Lucy, it is a beautiful place. To be honest, the Isle of Wight's quite nice anyway. It's got a lot of stuff, a lot of hidden stuff actually, which I'll be definitely going back. So you're packing for more hollowbobs. Oh, where are you going, Barry? Anywhere nice? If you don't want to say it in the chat, just send me a message. So I'm just replying to some messages. So, hi, so welcome in, mate. You're in what? Oh, with Urban then. How is he? Is he all right? Send him my regards. Hope you went somewhere. Oh, thanks for that pricky thing. Hope you had a good explore week, yeah. If you want to come up to it, just give me a message and I'll send you the link, mate. You're right, Barry. I was thinking about that the other day. I haven't seen him for a while. You going to Bulgaria? Okay. not been there myself, but I hear it's a nice place, and you used to get cheap houses out there. I bet you'll be getting the duty frees, won't you, Barry? I know you, son. You'll be getting them. Yeah. Evening, B. Hope you're well. Oh, 22 people in. Hit the like. Do you got to do? Or don't hit the like if you don't like me. I don't care. Tough shitty. So we'll have a guest up later on. I won't tell you who it is in case they take off. But oh, hang on. Oh, what is this? Got a troll in the house. Look, here we go. I'll put them up for a laugh. Look.
What are you doing?
I'm all right. How are you?
Not too bad. Red Stripe.
Oh. San Miguel.
Yeah. Codeine. It's going to be a good night. It's going to be a good night.
Rizzler.
Yeah. Number one. Number two. Two codeine.
By the way, folks, there are other brands. And we're not sponsored by any of them yet.
Oh, geez.
How you feeling, mate?
Not too bad. I don't know. I've been on a sort of bit of a weird one, really. After coming out of the hospital, I was just like fucking cranky because of the old them putting a frigging stent in me, which I was like, don't need that. I'm sure I fucking don't need this. And then it's like, you know, I know I'm going to be in pain for ages, so I just was in such a crank. I went and did I just let myself out of hospital early, you know, and just went and did an explore. I was like, fuck this. It's fucking bullshit. It's ruining my buzz. So I'm like, fuck you, hospital. And thank you very much for whatever you've done. But, you know, you've stuck fucking stents in me and I've just taken out. Don't need any more. I just swear it's just the preferences of the doctors, how different ones do things, you know? Because the last 2 times I've been in, they took the stents out and did all the laser work and didn't have to have a stent in. It's like, you know, it was just all about taking them out. The only time I needed a stent in was when I couldn't pee because they were blocked. Well, they're not blocked. So why did they put a stent in? They're not blocked. Been peeing like a racehorse.
Yeah.
You know, so they put a stent in whilst they're lasering the final bits out. Why? I don't know.
Are they hoping that the stones which have been broken up will just like come out a bit quicker? Hence the stent.
I don't know. I think they blow them all out. They flush them out there and then because they blow them up and they flush them out.
Oh, okay.
They don't wait for them to come out by themselves. After they blow them up, there's a continual flow of water going through. So
okay.
I think
I don't know how they do it. So
I don't know how they do it, to be honest. But all I thought is like,
what they look like. I know what they look like when they're in there, and not nice. And obviously in the tubes as well, you can get them stuck, can't you? And it's just my sort of thinking that if they laser it, obviously it's fine particles, and there's always some shit that gets left in it, and naturally comes out. So I don't know.
Well, yeah, it might be little bits, perhaps, coming out, but yeah, I don't know. It's painful. It's just painful. I mean, I know having a stent in, whether you've got stones or not. Like I had a stone up there, and I wouldn't have known it was there. But putting the stent in is what causes the most pain, the worst. It's that stent. That is the thing that causes the ultimate sort of like horrible pain and peeing blood and everything. Sorry, anyway, you asked me how was I. That's it. In a nutshell, I'm cranky because I don't know why I need it, because just break the shit up and let me pass it out, you know, and or whatever it is. But you don't stick a stent in when I haven't needed one, because I don't get it. I don't know.
No, but well, no, I don't know
Mm,
either.
I don't.
It,
But the thing is, not just that. Not just that. They gave me gave me an injection into my stomach to make sure I didn't have blood clots. I mean, like, what did something go wrong during the operation then, or something? Then they're like, oh, you know, it's like, but they said they're going to stick the stent in before they even did the operation. So it's like, I don't know, I don't know, weird.
I can understand why they're giving you like what they're giving you Clexine or something for the blood clot
No,
because
to stop any
yeah,
blood
it
clots. They
stops it.
said,
Yeah, yeah. So it'll be something like Clexine, warfarin. Well, I doubt it's warfarin. That's a bit hard to
mm,
control, but it will. Yeah, because you can get problems even if it's normal. They sometimes do that on other ops as well, just to make sure your flow all right, I suppose.
yeah,
But it's not unusual. But I'm yeah, I don't know why. I'm more. I think for me it'd be more like when if they had to put a stent in or something. Because I take it they go for your PP.
yeah.
Yeah. So right, and if you already had stuff like that before, there's always tissue there, scar tissue. So it's like fucking hell.
Mm, mm. Yeah, I don't get it. But there we are. So anyway,
Mm,
I thought I was like, oh, I'm in here. If it wasn't for the fact that they put the stent in, and then they said, oh, we're gonna have to give you like an injection into your stomach as well, and I was just like, really? And I'm just like, what is going on here? And I thought, right, I know what's going to happen now. I'm going to be up peeing blood, and like the last two times I came out, it was like a little bit sore, but it got better. But I know with the stent in, it'll be sore and it'll stay sore, so it just won't go away. Until you have that stent out, it's just like game over. So I was like, right, so I've got to stay in now another day
thanks,
because
David.
they say to you that you've got to stay in for like 24 hours if you haven't got somebody looking after you. And I thought, well, I just don't want to stay in there because I just can't handle
Mm.
not sleeping properly and then them just dragging you out like and they saying like, oh yeah, you'll be out here by 9 o'clock now, and then you could see them all just farting around like chatting and doing stupid bloody things, and they just don't come out and just hand you your meds so you can fuck off. So you're there, till like 12 in midday last time, and it's just like, oh, this is so grinding. I was just like, I thought, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to say, my mate's coming to pick me up. I didn't think he could look after me, but he said he could now. And they were like, yeah, okay, then. I'm like, bye. I fucked off, and I was like, all like, way, I feel great. Right, I'm out here. I'm fucking feeling great. I'm probably like still high on the anesthetic or something. Didn't really feel like that though. I felt a lot fucking worse coming out of raves over the years. So I just like got myself home, and as I was driving back, I got details of this place that it was just before I was leaving. Actually, I got details of this place to go and explore. So I just said, "Oh fuck this! I'm not having this pain and just feeling miserable
Mm.
and going home and just going to suffer now." I thought, "Fuck you! I'm going to fight back." So I just like, right, I've got out of hospital. Now I'm going to go do this and explore. So I went in a bit like taffy mental mode, like doesn't compute. Just like fuck the world. I'm doing an explore. I don't give a shit. And actually, it's one of the best explores I've done in fucking ages. It's a crazy, crazy explore. Went to a mansion house that's more like a palace, and well, you've seen it, John. I sent it over.
Yes, I have. I saw some of it. To be
Yeah,
honest, I haven't watched all of it yet, but yes, I have seen. Yeah, it was
and
yesterday you
there's
sent that.
and there's people living in it as well. Like it's owned, and the people were living in it, and we fucking did the explore sneaking around it whilst they were living in the end of the building. We were just fucking yeah.
Crazy, crazy.
Mm, mm. So I was like, yes, yes. And then we came out of there, and just as we were coming out, bloody dog, obviously the family dog, came running down the field and then saw us and went, oh shit. And then like ran away from us. I thought, oh, he's going to tell him he's found us. He's like, oh shit. So we were like, fucking get out of there really quickly. But we'd done the explore by then. So it was like, yeah, pretty mad.
No, that's cool, man. I just find it amusing. You've gone like, fuck it, I'm coming out of hospital. I'm off for an explore.
Yeah, because they pissed me off really. I mean, I know there's probably a good explanation, but I didn't want to sort of like start, going into it, because the thing is, the doctors they do their business and then they just whoosh, there you are in the hands of the nurses now, and then like.
Yeah.
I was thinking, oh, please don't let a stent hurt. And it's like, oh no, it's just like last time. It's fucking just like last time. And it's like, Jesus. So yeah. So I was like, right, I'm getting out of this and I'm going to cheer myself up. And I did. So I got a few things done today. Went to see my dad. Took his telly broke, so I went and set it up for him. And then I drove back. And I was going to do another explore tonight, but I just thought, you know what? No, I'm a bit tired. Fuck it. I was going to do another one. I'm like, no, I'm going into full explore mode. You piss me off, I go exploring. Fuck you. Yeah.
So how long you got to wait now till they take your stent out?
Well, this is it. They said, oh, we're going to get an appointment for you in 2 weeks. So, and I said, is this appointment going to be where you're going to remove the stent? And they said, yeah. So they told me last time when I had sepsis, they said like, oh, don't worry, we'll have you back in now. You'll be in within like 2-3 weeks. We'll have you back in for your operation. That was like 2 months waiting for the next, and then it was like another 3 months, and it was like, and they tell you like it's going to be like a month, and then that becomes 3 months. So you add it all together, it's like, I don't know. Was it like has it been like a 6 months or a year, or? It just seems like a crazy amount of time. I lose track now. It just seems like a crazy amount of time for all these things to get done, considering it was supposed to be like, oh, we're going to get you in monthly and get this done. And it's taken about a year. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, they do take their time, don't they?
Yeah, but they said, that it was going to be like bosh, 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 bosh. And it was like stretch, 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 stretch. So I can imagine I'm going to have this stent in. I'm imagining I'll probably have it in for a minimum of 2 months. I'm guessing. And at worst, it's going to be like 4 months. There's nothing I can do to speed them up. They'll do what they do in their time, and I can't do anything about it. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. They always say, oh, it won't be long. It'll be a month or a week or whatever. And it always turns out to be double or triple that, doesn't it? No matter what they do.
It's like my friend bought ages ago. She told me a story. She bought this like leather suite or something, and she's like looking through catalogs or whatever it is, and she said to him specifically, like, if I order this now, when will I get it? And they said like, oh well, they sort of like the production turnaround is quite good on these. You'll have that in a month. 7 months. Paid for it. They got the money. 7 months. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because they build them all,
bullshit.
Yeah, I've never known anyone who's ordered like a leather suite never get it in the time scale, because it just takes forever, because they like that, and they go, oh yes, it's being produced, they're making it, and it comes from Italy or wherever the fuck it is. It's like, really?
Italy via Wales. Like a factory on an industrial estate in the poorest part of Wales. Yeah.
Italy via Ukraine and then back again, just to make sure it's all right.
Yeah.
It's bomb-proof, it's fine. Oh,
yeah, it's made in Wales, sent to Italy on a lorry, where they then stamp it with "Made in Italy" as it drives back to a warehouse, like, yeah.
That's like loads of stuff though. Like if you order anything to do with, like, a lot of stuff to do with plumbing, right? Like pumps and other bits and pieces. It takes like 6 months to get shit, because they're not off the shelf now. It's just, oh yes, we build it. So surely you'll have some stuff on the shelf. No. It's like a false economy.
Well. Yeah, and all these bloody like strikes and airport bollocks and fucking fuel prices going up, energy prices going up.
No, don't talk to me about fucking fuel prices. My God, to get anywhere now, it takes fucking hell. Take a loan out.
Yeah. Well, we could just blockade the fucking petrol stations like before and just say fuck you. Or you want a great.
They're doing that somewhere. Well, on the 6th of July, I think they're doing like, I think the A12 or something. They're blockading part of it. Whether that will come to fruition, who knows? But it needs something doing because the government ain't going to do fuck all. And when they did last time, it's still the same.
Well, half the bloody people in government have probably got connections to the bloody petrol and energy companies anyway. They probably got stocks of shares in them. They're loving it. You know, they're going, yes, cost more than ever now. Yeah, great. We're making loads of money.
Yeah, I don't get why it's so expensive anyway. I mean, I don't know how much. Don't quote me. I don't know how much a barrel is now, right? But it's definitely not 100 and something quid, as far as I'm aware, or dollars, shall we say?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's like they said, we've had wars all over the world, right? And it's never affected the price of fuel, right? And you know, so why now, straight after the Ukraine war, and it's like, oh yeah, well, yeah, but we're going to just use that as an excuse now.
Well, that's what they're doing. You can see it.
Yeah.
I mean, when the barrel prices reached what, about 100, so it was 106 or over $100, it was about 121 at the pump, and now it's like nearly £2 at a pump. What the fuck is going on here? We're getting shafted.
Yeah. £2 a litre. You find it's so expensive that it's actually as cheap now to buy in a lot of motorway services than it is on, you know, small garages that usually charge next to nothing. You know, the cheap places where it'd be like, you know, 180 when they're charging you like £2 or £3 in motorway services. No, the prices of small garages have gone whoop. And it seems like the motorway services are like, well, we can't actually charge anymore because we're taking the piss as it is. So that is not the price of fuel, because you know, right, when fuel's expensive, the motorway services will be charging you, you know, 50 pence extra on a litre, you know, or 30 to 50 pence on a litre. Yeah. So if the prices at the motorway services are £2 and everyone else is £1.99 and all this sort of shit, you know, they're lying. They're fucking lying. You know, it's the small. Yeah, right.
I've got to go for a piss. So carry on.
No, you pee where you sit, mate. Fucking nappy time. I think it's a load of bollocks anyway. I think they're just fucking making these prices up. They're just doing it because they can, and they're like, oh well, he put his prices up, so let's put our prices up. Oh well, he's put them up even more. Yeah, come on then. We can make a killing here. Because the prices of fuel right now cannot be in small shops at the same price as it is in a motorway service station. It's impossible. That never ever happens. So it can mean only one thing: small businesses, small garages are ripping us a new arsehole. And I think it should be blockaded. Yeah. It's absolute bullshit. They just seem what they can get away with. £2, yeah. But it's £2 on the motorway services as well. So how can it be that price? That never happens. There we are, 192 at Tesco, yeah. It's funny because some of the places that you normally expect to be cheap, they're all expensive. And like I say, they're all at the same price as the motorway services. So I don't get that. I do not get that at all. I think there's one monumental con going on here at small garages who are just pushing their prices up. It's the small garages are the ones dicking about, because motorway services will be charging what it costs plus their huge markup. So everybody else has just gone, oh, everybody thinks there's some sort of thing going on at the moment. Let's just wham, put our prices up. And all the other garages are just copying each other. It doesn't actually relate, because otherwise, if it was £2 at all the small places and all the Asdas and Tesco's, which are all charging £2 now, motorway services would be £2.70. But they're not.
Definitely.
They're £2. So it means that everyone else is dicking about. That's my perspective on it. They're going, ooh, toilet paper shortage, right? Oh, let's charge £10 for toilet paper. It's not costing £10 to get that toilet paper in. It's still costing like £2. Yeah. And they should be charging you £3, but they're going, oh, shortage. charge them £10. That's what's happening. Everyone's crying shortage when there isn't really a shortage, and it's an excuse to just jack the prices up. There is no fucking shortage.
And meanwhile, the government are getting tax and fucking everything else on it and go, oh, look at us. Fucking happy days.
Yeah. VAT.
Wankers.
Yeah.
What's that? £5 for a tub of Lurpak?
Jesus. No, the thing is, right? If I went into a place and they were trying to like monopolize and sort of like, oh, that'll be like £10 for some butter, please. I'd go like this. I'm taking it out. Fucking take my photo. Fuck you. You get zero. I just fucking walk out there. Fuck off. You try to rip people off, I'll have it for free. Fuck you.
Yeah, I mean, everything. They're just blaming everything on the war, aren't they? That's what it is. Like, oh, we can't get it from what? So everything comes from fucking Ukraine and Russia? No.
Yeah. They're doing it. They're doing it with everything right now. They're getting like all this bloody woke bollocks stirring people up, and it's just that, you know, COVID mass like over panic about, oh, lockdown, and we all said no, don't fucking lock down, and now they're like, oh yeah, well, we won't lock down now, but it's like nothing can get back to normal even though we're not locking down, right? And it's all the Great Reset. So what it is, what it is it's just shaking society up like this, right? That's what it's about. It's about creating mass turmoil in society so that things can never get back to normal. And that gives them an excuse to put the prices up.
Yeah, and then they put other laws in and other bits just to go, well, you can't do this anymore, you can't do that. But only if we say so. It's the usual shit.
Yeah, monkeypox, bollocks, you know, absolute bollocks. Nobody's got it, and it's not even worth writing over about if you do catch it. It's bullshit, you know.
Yeah, well, monkeypox is. I didn't get that at all because they're fucking.
Oh yeah, they're going on about the new polio thing. Polio. We're all inoculated against it anyway. What the fuck are they even on about? Oh, we found some polio in the sewers. So what?
Well, that's
Good
not,
luck to the
not
polio
unusual.
in the sewers. Well done, sewers. Hope you enjoy your polio. Doesn't affect us. Goodbye. You know what? Are we got to be feeling sorry for sewers? Sewers feel a bit poorly or something. Oh, you got some polio. Really? What the fuck's it got to do with anybody? It doesn't affect anyone. Nobody's catching fucking polio from sewers unless you go swimming in a sewer. Anybody go swimming in sewers? I don't go swimming in a sewer. Yeah, it is eradicated. It's fucking complete bollocks. Why are they talking about this shit? It's because that what they try to. Oh, what's the next thing that we can scare them with? Next. It's all about scaring people. It's all the fucking fuel prices, the fucking energy prices, the fucking war, nuclear war with Russia. Oh, what's coming around the corner? Oh, the fucking the planet's going to catch on fire because of, you know, global warming. It's all bollocks. Global warming's bollocks. COVID was bollocks. It's all fucking bollocks. It wasn't even a pandemic. You know, pandemic. Millions are going to die. They didn't know, did they?
No.
Really? No.
Well,
not even fucking close.
The thing is that like they're going on about this monkeypox stuff. It's not airborne. It's bloodborne as far as I'm aware. Don't quote me, but I'll have to look it up. But it is, all right. It's a disease, but it's not. It's nowhere near anything like, if you want to say, for the big C or anything else like that. It's not. It's not even on that fucking scale. And yet they tried to, in the press, make it a big thing. It just didn't work. And funny enough, now like COVID has disappeared, isn't it? Well, it's there, but it's like it's not in the news anymore.
Oh, the thing was they were saying that the COVID figures are going up, but they don't test anymore. So how can they say the figures are going up? Because they just want them to go up. They just want those figures to go up. Well, how can you fucking say they're going up when you don't test anymore? What you're doing is you're taking a very small sample of people who've come in, you know, to like have have operations in hospitals. They're the only ones getting tested now. And so, okay, you're saying, well, some people have got it, but they probably haven't got a fucking bad version of it. So they're going, oh yeah, COVID's on the rise. What? Nothing COVID. The COVID that don't hurt you. The COVID that isn't worth writing home about. Oh, great. Well, everyone could have it. 100% of the population could have it right now. And it wouldn't fucking affect the thing because it's actually got no guts. So who cares? Who cares? We could all have it. I could spit in your eye. Go on, have some of my COVID. And it was like, you're just gonna go, yeah, and it's like, Jesus Christ. What's the deal with all this frightening all the time?
I know, it's a bit fucking weird.
The Great Reset is us being scared the fuck out of, so we pay more money for everything. That's the Great Reset. It's the great fucking con. It's not a reset. It's a great fucking con. The Great Reset is everybody having their fucking clothes shook until the money falls out. That's what it's really about. It's slapped around your face until you fucking, allow them to shake your fucking clothing out and the money falls out. What's the best place in the world to go and start living? Well, probably not Australia. Fucking fascistic bollocks goes on down there. That's one I wouldn't be going for. Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous place. Shit going on in a lot of countries.
Oh, there's worse shit going on than what we have.
Yeah. I would have said New Zealand, but then they turned out to be a bunch of fascistic little bastards they wanted to lock everybody down. Canada was a nice place where everybody was really friendly and got on with it, and then the government just went, have some of this, have some of this, have some of this. And that fucking Trudeau, Jesus Christ. There's a silver bullet waiting for him in somewhere. Fuck me. What a slimy turd.
Who's that?
Oh, Justin Trudeau, freezing people's bank accounts because they were doing protests against the government.
Oh, well, yeah, I know you talk about. Yeah,
literally sort of, he'd be like, oh, yes, we are here to help people and this is for their benefit. And then he's like, get him, get him, get him. And he left the country. He thought they were coming to the capital. All the truckers were coming to the capital. He fucking went to the United States. He fled. And then when he came back, he was like, right, I'm going to freeze all your bank accounts, you bastards. And I don't know if that's ever been undone. I don't know if that's ever actually been reversed, whether these people have ever been allowed their money back. It's like a permanent fucking blight by the prime minister of a country, right, which never went through the courts and was never agreed to by a judge. It's just like, the president says you can't have your money back. Wow, what a dictatorship. I'm going to say, actually, did they freeze Canadian bank accounts? Let's have a look.
I don't think they did they?
He says, yeah, police reportedly ordered a freeze on more than 206 bank accounts. Let's have a look. Canada ends its freeze. Yeah. So they did release him in the end.
In the end, when they got why does not do that? Sorry, I'm just trying to add Melissa as a mod, and for some reason it's not having it. When I get to do it, Mel, I will let you be a mod, but it ain't fucking doing it, and I'm not pissing around all night for it.
I know.
Apparently, there's no such person. It's all bollocks. I don't know why.
Oh, there's no such Melissa Jones.
Apparently, there's no such person as her, even though I'm subscribed to her channel. The channel's real. We know that. It's all bollocks. YouTube playing fuck around.
Yeah. So right, enough about what I've been up to. What have you been up to then? You said you did a premiere. I just came on and you started talking about it, but I didn't know what you were about.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was in. I went to the Isle of Wight, as I think you know already. And whilst I was there, I went to a place called Shanklin Chine. So it's like a ravine in the middle of well, by the sea, and it was actually used for pipeline. They took it from the mainland, and they went all the way across the Isle of Wight down to Shanklin, and then they went across to France with it. Um, Let me just get it back up for you. Hang on. So I put a little bit on my feed. The pipeline's still there. It's not used, but there's about
Is it called is it something like the Jupiter pipeline or the Pluto or something like that? It's got
yes, Pluto pipeline. That's it. Yeah,
right. Yeah.
which is actually a bit of a failure. The actual thing they did in World War II turned out to be a bit of a failure, so they didn't use it. But let me get the description. Hang on. Why did it not? Fucking hell. It's all gone wrong today. I put some information actually up on my channel for it, and it just didn't do it. What a load of shit. Yeah, so it was. Yeah, they did in World War II. They used it, like I say, as a pipeline. But that wasn't. But the actual thing itself is a beautiful, like there's a waterfall there, about 105 foot, and it literally just obviously carries on. But it starts off as a little stream just outside, and so I filmed it from the outside and then just walked all the way through it, and it just goes straight out to the sea. But it's like subtropical plants and everything in it, which is quite mad. But I thought be a bit different and just record it because, like, some people might never ever get the chance to go there. So why not just show it?
Yeah, the Scilly Isles is a bit like that. It's just sort of just a bit low enough, down to get the heat to get a lot of tropical plants start growing there, or it's
it's weird though. Like you get some places like that where it's only certain things will grow or live in that area. Like there's a place in where's it? Lanzarote. There's if you know anything about Lanzarote, it's a volcanic island, and it's got like there's a famous architect there, and he built like an oratorium and everything else into like an old what they called a lava tunnel basically. But there's a big sort of like a lake in there, and it's right deep down, and there's these little white crabs that live there. It's the only place they live, other than out in the sea somewhere, which is quite weird. And you get like, and there's places all over, like in the Amazon. There's like all these like sinkholes and basins, and people have gone down there. It's got it's got its own ecosystems and shit like that. It's all to do with, like you say, all to do with temperature and how it is. Like, and going back to Shanklin, it was like it wasn't really a massively warm day. We went in the evening, so go through there, but it was really hot, and I was quite surprised because obviously as you go down lower, normally it gets colder, doesn't it? But it was like quite warm, so it's no wonder these plants like love growing there. I'm just looking now. Oh, here we go. Right, so when it comes up, yeah. So during like obviously the World War II, like we were talking about, it was actually it was taken over by as an assault course for the commandos because their HQ was in Upper Chine School, which is on the Isle of Wight. So they were in preparation for the Dieppe raid in 42, and they did a fuel pipeline for Operation Pluto, which you mentioned.
Yeah, so
So
that when they got all the vehicles over onto the shores, they could fill everything up and move on, wasn't it?
that's right. Yeah. So yeah, pipeline under the ocean. It was called. It was basically stood for.
Mm.
So to this day, I've got 65 yards or 59 meters of the pipe work is still preserved. Yeah, and you can see this massively like big. Well, it's all cast iron pipes. You can see it every now and then, like running through the whole side of it. What I found amazing, they got it. They got it from the mainland, and then it went all the way through up there, Isle of Wight, to where that is, and then it went from there. They took it to under the channel to Cherbourg. I think that's how you
Mm.
pronounce it. Which is quite an amazing bit of engineering. You think about how far they've got to go with it all,
Mm.
and how they actually put it under. I don't know how they would have dug it under the sea, but it is what it is. But when I was speaking to the guy there, he said it was actually a sort of a bit of a failure because it was never actually used in the end because
Mm.
the war moved too quickly for what they were doing, so it was never sort of really used. But good bit of engineering for its time.
Mm. I was saying to
But, yeah.
somebody as well that somebody sent me. I won't say who it is, but one of the wankers that sent me a message via email saying, "Yeah, I hope you die on the operating table." Fucking yeah,
Oh, fucking hell.
nice. Yeah, yeah. And
That's
as I
out of order.
pointed out, no, they'll be dead before me. I'll definitely be fucking around for a lot longer than they will. And they're a lot younger than me, but they're going to die a lot younger than me. So if you can work out who I'm talking about, because they haven't got a very lot longer to live, which is why they are such cunts. Excuse my language. Yeah,
You're excused, I don't mind.
nature finds a way to get rid of wankers.
Yeah, it's called the Darwin Awards usually.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It is nasty, isn't it? Yeah. But it's all right because they can dole out that sort of. I've had people like that before, going like, "Fucking kill him, get him out of his house, rah, fucking destroy him," and the person who was the biggest hater, he's now dead. From the crop circle world, he's dead. So yeah, didn't work. Their little schemes did not work to destroy me. Oh dear.
I fucking let them get on with it.
They did try.
Life's too short to worry about it.
Oh, this beer, it's bloody warm. I mean, they must have just chucked it on the thing and not moved the back ones to the front. It's bloody warm beer. Shit, really.
Oh,
But I shall go and get more of it nonetheless. I shall be
you do
back.
that, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Melissa, I am trying to get you on it. I don't know why it's not doing it. I'm just trying again. Let me see if I. Let's see. This is too many. I don't know.
Whee. I tried having a go at fixing the boat earlier because the engine wouldn't start. I tried it months ago and it wouldn't start. So I went going through the electrics and I bought these spark tester things. So you put them on the end of the spark plugs and they got neon bulbs in them. So they're supposed to sort of go pip, 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 pip. You can see whether you're actually getting a spark. So it's easier for me to diagnose without having to somebody else to turn it over, do it on my own. No spark. So it's turning over, just no spark. So I think that's all it is. It's just something wrong with the electrics somewhere. So I've just been trying to find my way through it, and it's like, oh,
So the spark plug working itself, is it?
well,
Did you try it on a battery and that, the usual?
yeah, it's turning over. It's just there's no actual spark coming from the spark thing. Because I mean, yeah, I'll have to take them out, make sure they're not like completely oiled up or something, but they shouldn't be. I think it's just there's no spark. Something's gone.
I had that.
Maybe it's
I had
EFI
that.
or
It's
something.
not the same thing, but I had it on a mower, and I was trying to. It wasn't starting. What the fucking hell? And I checked the spark plug. I even, you can clean the spark plug with a wire brush. If you
Mm,
really want to get technical, use a little divider things to make sure it's the right bloody length. But normally they come set, don't they? So
yeah,
I did that. It's still working. I just changed the spark plug and it was fired up like a good one. So it might just be that. And as you say,
yeah.
if there's
I
all
couldn't
oil on it,
I couldn't take him out because I didn't have the right spark plug remover. It's a weird size, so I'm going to have to go and get the right to take the spark plug out. I thought I would have had something to take it out, but I apparently I don't. So yeah, if I can get the spark plug out, I can have a look at it. But I just get the feeling that it's probably something like the electronics have gone. It's either as they said, the coil. There's no distributor because it's an electronic. It's an electronic timing thing. You have a sensor which is on the flywheel, and the little sensor just reads these little teeth, and then the sensor sends the signal to send out from either side of the coil. So it goes to
okay.
spark plug 1 or spark plug 2. So it's like on.
I didn't know that. I thought it was like a distributor or something.
Nah, no, it's timed electronically. So the pickup heads, I'll have to check whether the pickup heads are sensing. I'll have to check whether or not the is a generator circuit as well, and maybe the generator circuit's broken down, maybe the regulator's broken down, so it's not providing power into the EFI circuitry. Because when you turn it over, it should then be producing power. I don't know whether the EFI runs off the battery or runs off its own generated regulated power. I don't know, so we'll have to have a look. But is it something I'm going
Herbert
to be
said,
able to do?
check the coil with a multimeter and check if it was bad or a bad
Yeah,
pickup sensor. Yeah, does that make sense?
yeah, I'm going to have to check the coil, but I'm going to have to do it tomorrow now. And I even, the most obvious thing is going to be like, the when you fall out of the boat, you've got the cutout cord that you put on you. And I thought, well, the
Yeah.
most obvious thing that's going to stop the spark is if it senses there's a problem and it shuts the system down. And that's that. If you pull that cord, it makes a short, so it shorts out the circuit, so it can't make a spark, so your engine stops. So I've checked that. I took the control arm apart where that little sensor is, and I've taken that apart, and that's okay. So now I'm going to trace that back up to the engine, where it goes into the engine, and it's the black and the white wire, and I'm going to take those off the engine. So now there is no way to stop the engine, So it's like, and then see whether it works. It's just like taking things off that force it to work, and then we'll see. But yeah.
Hopefully it'll be all right then.
Yeah, I've had things like this before, like shorting out and it stops a spark. It should be in a always running state. These engines are designed to be an always running state unless you short them out. So yeah. So if I can make sure that there's nothing kind of no wires gone, like where wires shake, sometimes they'll break and then they'll get a short and stuff like that. So make sure there's nothing like that. We'll kind of go through it. It's boring though, bores the tits off me. I'll probably just take it up my mates and say, "Oh, go on, throw your amazement at it," because I get bored dealing with engines. I'm like, oh.
They are a pain in the arse. It doesn't matter how much you know about them. There's always something, and you're like, "Yep, it'll work now." No, it fucking doesn't.
Yeah. So I might just have a word with my mate and just say, look, I've tried what I know. Can I bring it up to you and see if you can sort of like put your amazement on it? Otherwise, I'll have to take it to a boat specialist if I can't sort of do that, because they probably know. Oh yeah, it's always that. In fact, I took photos of the electronic units because I'm sure they probably fail for fun, so you have to buy new ones. So
has it been sitting? Well, hadn't been sitting for a long while, has it? Because you used it,
about
didn't you?
six months maybe, because I couldn't get it working last time I tried it. So it's been 6 months since I've used it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it might be the spark plugs. You never know. Might be something simple, but then knowing our luck, probably not.
What's this then? Saab ECU control unit. It says it's a Motorola, but yeah.
Motorola. What they only did
Yeah,
phones.
yeah, apparently they're doing ECU boxes for Yamaha boats engines.
Weird. Now that is strange. Oh, Matt, you were here saying fun. You know what I sent you the other day? Saturday. No, was it Saturday? No, Friday night. About the old kebab.
Oh yeah.
I woke up lost me back. He can't find it. I must have lost that on the way back. It's like get with one hand, lose with the other. So fucking hell. I didn't think I was that pissed. I'll tell you what, I had to recover for 2 days. I still felt rough yesterday.
Well, when I got back last night, I'd had like loads of codeine and stuff like that, and I'd had 1 pint of beer, and I was like, oh, at the end of it. It's like, yeah. So I'm hoping it'll give me a good night's sleep tonight.
Yeah, alcohol and codeine doesn't work. Well, it works all right, but it's a bit of a. It works quite fast with alcohol, doesn't it? It's like, oh, hang on.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Stay away from it, son, if you go.
Oh, right. I think I might have a lead on this. It's an 856058. No.
Thanks, Steve. I've got a supplier as well, but it's just like, yeah, it's just annoying. I got some, and then the story is I got a bit tanked up, and then I went to a kebab shop, did the normal to get a kebab and all that, and I literally had my card in my hand and went, there we are, and he just gave me the kebab and walked off and served somebody else. And I was still standing there, and I went, all right, and I'm going, and then I buggered off. And it was a mighty fine bit of munch, I must admit.
That's quite good, actually, because they've just jacked their prices up. I mean, a lot of food places, they just like, wallop the bloody prices up.
Yeah. They have, yeah. A lot of places have. There's a few that haven't, but which is good. But everything's just whacked up, isn't it?
True.
As if we're not ever going to realise.
$300 if it's the ECU. Oh shit.
Okay, now.
Yeah, it's got to be something.
I've got those bits for the that GoPro. Yeah, it was the battery. The battery's knackered. It didn't want to know. So I've got the old Dual Pro. Got the old 3 batteries. Now I've just got. I think I've got a format. Do I need to format the card? I do normally, don't I? Yeah, that's probably why. Because I put the card in. It didn't do nothing. So I'm like, okay, I'll format the card and see what happens. Because it all comes up now, all but a bit. I might have to. Well, the screen itself's quite. I think the screen's a bit knackered, so I could technically change it, but I don't really want to do that at the moment. I could still just about see the screen, so that's all right. And it makes that beeping noise when it comes up and to go into the mode. Is that all right? So I'll format it and so I'll let you know if there's any issues.
I was just looking how the BBC apparently couldn't broadcast Paul McCartney's headline show because of reasons. So they showed it like 1 hour in because reasons. You know, reasons, special reasons.
Really?
Apparently. So it's like, it only came on like 1 hour into his performance, but they've been showing stuff all day long. And they just went, yeah, nah.
How controversial is Paul McCartney going to be?
I don't know. Just sounds like everything, nothing is capable of fucking just working these days. I don't know. Fucking television can't put on live television programs, and it's just like, oh no, it's a bit technical.
Oh, there's always some shit excuse why they can't put it on.
I mean, like, okay, you're getting some problems. Just run one camera there and just fucking run it from one camera. Fuck it. It's like, oh, we're getting some problems. It's just, well, one camera directly into your fucking satellite van, up to the fucking satellite, one camera. It can't be that fucking hard. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's not going to be like your vision mixing and all that might be not fucking up to scratch or par, but at least people are watching something. I mean, it's like just, really, the headline act. Oh, we're not quite ready for it. They're like filming all bollocks with the small name acts all day, but like, the headline act. Oh no, we can't actually get that right. Wow.
I wonder why they didn't do. I bet there's something. I bet he was saying something which they didn't like.
Don't know. Yeah.
No, I don't know. Oh, I'll have my last beer. Yeah.
Have more beers.
Had more beer, boy.
Is it your only last beer?
It is my last beer. Yeah. I have no more.
Have you got spirits?
No. not after the other day. I had some China. I think it's Japanese whiskey or something. And where I went, it's a friend of mine sort of owns it, as it were. So I went in there, and you press a button. They've got like 800 spirits, right? Literally. So you can press a button, and it randomly comes up with like a number, and they just get the spirit off the shelf. So you're in for either a good time or a bad time. And I had one which was like some cherry thing. That was all right. And then pressed it again, come up, and it was like a Japanese. Is it Nikkei whiskey? 52%. So I went, yeah, all right, and I'll try that one. Yeah, well, let's just say it went down very smoothly, but I think it must have wrecked my stomach. It's like, don't want to drink too many of them.
Yeah, quite strong.
Yeah, it was a bit old, a bit warm on the old throat, but it's the gamble you take, mate. I mean, some of the stuff in there, they've got like, they've got one they can't sell. It's called 3 Penis Wine. Yeah, look it up. And I have had it, and it doesn't taste very nice, obviously. So it's like deer, is it deer, seal, and I'm sure it's dog penis or something. I don't know. But I didn't know what it was until afterwards, because he told me afterwards. He wouldn't tell me what it was before. I'm right.
There's a type of whiskey called Gold Cock. Yeah, three penis wine, but that looks like it's come out of China, mate. I mean,
it is.
I wouldn't go near that.
I did.
I wouldn't touch you with I wouldn't touch you with somebody else's fucking 3 penises. Oh, it's made out of animal penises, or what? Like, because animal penises will make you better. Make you stronger, make you superhuman. You'll be able to laser through your eyes, like blow up satellites in space with your eyeballs.
Well, apparently it's
Like,
like seal penis, deer penis, and I'm sure it's dog or something like that.
mm,
I know. I didn't know until afterwards, and it tasted a bit weird. Funny enough, a bit like licorice, which was really weird, but I don't know. But needless to say, I will not be trying it again.
fucking China. The thing is, right? I mean, like, China has got such a fucked up concept of what is medicine and what's good for you and what's bad for you. I mean, they really do not have a fucking clue. I mean, they've randomly sort of like hit on a couple of things, like which over the years, which have got some sort of properties, like herbs, and it's like, oh yes, it does this to you. There are a very, very small proportion of what I think you can say 99.9% of everything China says is good or bad for you is completely bollocks. It's just made up that it's good or bad for you. I mean, they say that onions are poisonous in China. It's like, oh no, don't do garlic and onions. Oh no, 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 they're poison. No, 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 stay away from those. But like what, dog penis? That's fine. Yeah,
Yeah, because they use like like tiger bollocks or something to like as a like some medicinal thing. It helps with the heart, or I don't know. They do something like that. It's like, really, how can that actually help?
No, they've medically tested this, have they? Like, with clinical double blinds, or it was like, no, some old granny said, "Oh, well, I had a tiger bollocks once when I was a kid, and I was up for 58 days, and I managed to move half a mountain just with my breath like this." And everybody's like, "Oh, right, well, yeah, we've got to have some of that then. That sounds really that's well proven, isn't it?" Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely proven. I mean, how dare you,
I mean,
Matthew? How dare you say that it's not proven?
I mean, if anybody wants to know how fucked up like China really is, watch Serpenza. It's this
Mm.
guy. Yeah, I mean Serpent ZA. If spelled serpent and then ZA at the end of it, Zulu Alpha. So that guy was like shocking me with some of the stuff he came out with. I mean, basically how they pull oil out of the sewers. So they get fatbergs, and they get people who go down the sewers and scrape the sides off the sewers, and they bring it up, and then they
They
basically
reuse it, don't they?
they'll use it to cook food. They use the fat that's come out of somebody's arse with all the germs and everything in it, and it's like, and they go, yeah, we make food, street food with that, and they sell it, so you can buy
How does
real
that
oil,
even work? I mean,
yeah,
come on.
and it's like they fucking they give fake beer. It's like, it's not alcohol, it's chemical.
No.
It's chemicals that get you high. Yeah, but they call it beer, but it's not beer. And half the reason they don't drink beer in China, and the reason they fucking have half these fake things, is because genetically, Chinese and Japanese and Asian people do not have the genetics to handle alcohol, because it wasn't introduced for a very long time. Alcohol never made it over there, and so their genetics can't handle it. So they can drink one pint of beer and be paralytic, yeah, from it. Yeah, whereas we'll be drinking like 15, because our genetics are there to actually handle alcohol. So they can't handle alcohol. So the way they've got around this is they call it Heineken, and it's in a can with Heineken written on it, but it's not brewed by Heineken, and it doesn't contain any alcohol, and it's made in a back fucking thing with some chemicals and some fucking, some drugs, probably some narcotics, you know?
Oh, they love
And
all that. Anything synthetic, they love, don't they?
yeah, because they can't actually drink alcohol properly. So that they've got used to all this now. So they've actually got used to drinking fake beer and fake wines, and nearly everything you buy out there is fake. You have to like really, source your stuff carefully, extremely carefully, through very, very selective channels if you want to get real whiskies, anything. It's all bollocks. So, the food you eat out there is suspect. There's been plastics being put into food instead of food, plastic grains instead of rice. They're actually putting plastic, chopped up plastic, and throwing a bit of that in with rice so that people are cooking it. And they go, well, what's this that's just melted in the pan? That's not rice. Fucking plastic. They're putting plastic in rice and selling it. China, drop some fucking bombs on them. They want to. Fucking hell.
That's a bit harsh.
Fucking, mate, they're not coming. They're not coming out of the fucking dark ages for a long time. Their people are just like, and they fucking, and they love being suppressed. Their people, fucking, it's a nightmare. That fucking country is just so fucked.
Oh yeah. They just well, they lead in electronics though.
Well, yeah, there are centers of excellence in China where everybody is like super high tech, and then you go outside that and you come outside the edges of the city, and it's like people are literally like homeless, living in fucking puddles and shit, and fucking people can't feed themselves, and it's just like they can't afford the hospitals, and there's no electricity, and it's like third world conditions in a lot of places. I mean, it's like, and then you go into the cities and it's like something out of Blade Runner, and it's futuristic as hell. And then you go out to the countryside and it's like grandma's 90-year-old like working in a rice paddy field,
Yeah.
and people out there think it's acceptable for somebody to steal somebody for a wife. And as long as that you can prove that you're not mistreating them, you can't get prosecuted for it. You only get prosecuted if you get proven that you're mistreating the wife that you stole. That some person you kidnapped. As long as you're keeping them well, and keeping them well has been included in, as they can be chained up, but as long as you feed them.
What?
Yeah. It's like they turn a blind eye to it. Like having kidnapped people in China as your wife is pretty much okay as long as you can show that they're not suffering. But you can chain them up, you can do all sorts of things. There's been fucking exposés about it, and it's like it's all covered up, mate. It's all covered up in the Chinese media. Stuff's got out and then it's all been erased, and fucking then people go to try and find out more about it, and the government steps in, and it's like they'll put police around the fucking town where these stories come out of, so nobody can get into the town to get the stories out of there. They're more interested in stopping bad news coming out of China than they are in stopping the existence of bad fucking things happening. It's all about information management so that people don't find out what's going on.
Yeah, I know. Sorry,
slave camps.
their internet is fucking managed, isn't it, as well? They can only see certain things.
Oh yeah. I mean, they, if you go writing something about what's really going on in China, you'll have the police around your house, and fucking you'll be whisked away and fucking told in no uncertain terms, what's going to happen with you and your life.
Mate.
I mean, they go around in China with buses, and they pull people off the streets. Usually, they've been targeted. They know who they are, and they like the police, like the secret police. They're like, oh, there she is. There's that woman who said this fucking shit about the government, right? And they're like, right, get her, pull her in a van. Like, all right, organ harvest them with no anesthetic. Just pull cut them open. Use a heart, quick, put it in the ice. Right, liver, still breathing. Like fucking, still alive and breathing, screaming. And it's just like take all your body parts, like eyes, fucking whatever, because they got to get them as fresh as possible. So they're not going to kill you. They do it whilst you're still alive. Because then it's all fresher. Because the Chinese like their freshness, so they don't kill the animals. They usually they usually stick those in boiling water, and fucking dogs, burnt alive, and flame throwing them whilst they're still alive to get this, the skin to come off easier, and all this sort of stuff. They're like, oh yeah, but they do that to humans as well, because some humans ain't worth anything, you see, unless they're getting them value out of them for their body parts. So yeah, they pull. They pull people off the street and they harvest their organs, and it's well known about. It goes on all the time, and it's the government are doing it. And yeah, and we trade with this country, and we buy phones from them and goods, and they copy everything from any part of the world. If there's anything they see that's made by anyone, any brand new product, they go, "Oh yeah, well that's fair game, then, isn't it? They've made that, right? We can copy that." And they disassemble it and fucking they'll make something that's nearly as good and looks exactly the same, and then they'll sell it. And they got no qualms about this at all. It doesn't enter into the Chinese mind that, well, actually we should be producing the proper goods and doing it the right way and licensing it and paying the proper money for it. No, 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 no. If they can find a way to copy whatever is your intellectual property, that's it. It's game on. There's no concept of copyright theft in China. Doesn't exist. It's just like fair game. Everything's fair game.
It's terrible, isn't it?
You know, I mean, people got no idea. It's like they think, oh, China's like, well, we get all our stuff from China. They're really great. No, what they do is Apple have got a factory in China making stuff. So what the factory will do is go, oh, thank you for telling us how to make this stuff, and then they fucking copy it and they make their own. So they make the nearly an Apple product and nearly, but they'll actually market them and they everything on there except the Apple logo. Or they'll have something that's like an apple that has 2 bites out of it instead of 1 bite out of it, and things like that. And they sell them, and they go, "There we are," because we know you've made your shit in our factories. We know how to make it now. Thank you. That's how they work. That's how fucking China works. They just copy everything. They got no honor. There's no honor at all in anything in China. But if you show somebody to be dishonorable, if you say somebody's dishonorable, oh, they'll fucking cut your head off for it. You know, it's like, oh no, everything's dishonorable, but you can't talk about the fact it is because it's all about keeping face. You know, so that's why they manage the news. That's it's all heavily about nobody being seen to be doing anything wrong. But as long as nobody says they're doing anything wrong, everyone does everything wrong. You know.
Yeah, it's fucking disgraceful, really, isn't it? That's
Yeah.
not the only place in the world. I was in Nigeria. They do all organ harvesting as well. I've read the other day. I think somebody's got done for it or caught because they were going to harvest like some kids' organs. It's like, really?
Areas in the world. I'm going to have a look now. People got no idea. Organ transplantation in China. Oh god, here we go. It's taken place since the it's the organ transplantation in China is one of the biggest places in the world because they will get it became legal to remove organs from executed criminals. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, in China. So, yeah.
Canal. So they execute the criminals and then just take their organs for everybody else.
Yeah. Falun Gong practitioners have been killed to supply China's organ transplant industry. Yeah, 41,500 transplants, and they reckon that the largest proportion of that was from, illegally harvested organs from unwilling people that didn't, want it done, so they bring them in, just cut the stuff out of them and just fucking dump the bodies. Yeah.
Right.
65% of transplanted organs came from death row prisoners.
Cool.
Yeah.
65%. That's fucking massive.
Yeah, so of course they want to get people in to fucking, so if you go in for sentencing in a court, they're going to be like, oh yeah, death, because it's like it's an industry. They want your body parts, so get them in. Yeah.
That's just, oh, mate. I didn't know it was that high.
Yeah.
We moan about Britain.
Yeah. So let's have a look what they're saying here. China is the top host country for transplants, but I mean it's going to be botched because they've also got the worst surgeons. So I mean they don't have a fucking clue about medicine, or surgery or anything. They literally don't have a fucking clue. I mean, you go into hospitals and they have equipment in there and nobody knows what to do with it. Apparently, like you go in there and it's just like rooms of people being given like herbal remedies and things like that, and they go, well, what's all this equipment? Like nobody's hooked up to any ECGs or having any bloods taken or anything because they don't know what the equipment is there for show. Like everything else in China is all there for show. It's not real. It's bought to look good. But when you go there and you're like, oh, I've got a problem, it's like, oh, well, take some of these herbs and yeah, but what about my heart problem? Oh, yeah, have some ginseng, and ginseng, and it'd be good for you. And it's like that. And that's what you get when you go there. You've got to find like a Western doctor when you're in China. Otherwise, you will get given fucking, tea and, tree barks and fucking shit like this, or animal penis and fucking, that's what you get when you go to hospital in China, and it's all like nice new buildings, and it's all like, and you go in there, and they're fucking telling you like, they might as well tell you like, or just rub this magic fucking lantern and make a wish, like, that's what we might as well. It's that fucking hokey, yeah. Pakistan is also second biggest center for organ trade. Yeah, there's no legal framework for transplantation or anything. So basically, anything can come in. There's just like no restrictions. Yeah. Selling kidneys to brokers has become commonplace in villages in the poorer parts of the country. Yeah. So you can go to Pakistan and get a dodgy kidney if you want it. It's very easy. Egypt has no law on transplantation or legal recognition of brain death. doesn't like, they don't acknowledge brain death. So what does that say? You can take the organs out of somebody while they're alive. Yeah, because they don't recognize when you're brain dead. So if you're breathing, yeah, it's okay. Dear. Colombia, apparently.
Colombia. Oh yeah. Well, that. I suppose that makes sense with all the old drug cartels, doesn't it, in Colombia? Because they can't get the money from that, they go for the organs.
Yeah. Colombia has become a place because of its close proximity to the US as a destination for transplants and other medical tourists seeking cheap operations. So they got to get their organs from somewhere. Philippines, apparently, as well. Yeah. The backdoor kidney trade has flourished in the Philippines, apparently.
So I'll tick off all these countries which I shan't go to in case I have a bad accident.
Yeah, you might have an accident on the road or something, and
end up with no kidneys.
Yeah, that's it.
Have you got a fly, Matthew?
Yeah, there was a fly. There's a fucking mosquito somewhere, little bastard. So I've probably got the lights on downstairs in the kitchen. Hang on, and the window's open. Let me just go and close the window. Fucking probably all making their way in. Hang on a sec.
Well, needless to say, I won't be going to those countries anytime soon, just in case. You never know. Yeah, Turkey does cheap hops, don't they? Well, 71 people in. Happy days. Who have we got which I haven't said hello to anyway? Let me go back in the chat. Let's have a look. Crazy John, Steve Ellis, Chris Cooper, Nelly. Who else we got down here? Explore Norfolk, hello Liam.
I mean, my thinking is it any wonder at all that COVID came out of fucking China? Because the
Well,
only thing they're interested in is finding out how to weaponize things, actually caring about safety and doing it right so that you don't fucking let things escape. I mean, we were as bad as they are now in the 50s for doing stupid things like they've just done, right? You know, only now, and if we believe our government, because they say, "Oh, trust us, we know what we're doing at Porton Down and place like this." Oh, trust us, we really do know what we're doing now. But back as only in the 1950s, they were operating like secret chemical and biolabs in mines. Hang on, oh here he is. Fucking
yeah, they were doing smallpox and everything, weren't they?
yeah, and they were doing this stuff down the road in mines, and they basically had the air system that was like supposed to be the main clean air system was just happened to be mixed in with us with for the rest of the mine, and there were people working in the mine, and then they had like this secret place, and it was just like it ended up sharing the same air system. So they're that fucking clever, aren't they? They're that fucking clever. I mean, the British government actually, what was it? Was it Windscale? Windscale, one of the first nuclear plants we had in the United Kingdom, right? They said, "Oh yeah, what we should do is we'll have a nuclear reactor, and we'll just have a chimney. We'll have a chimney that goes out of the top, so all the radioactive fucking stuff can just come out of the chimney, like as if it's a chimney in your house. Like burn stuff in the bottom, burn it, and it just comes out of the chimney at the top, like your house, right?" And somebody signed off on that, and they said it was okay to do things like that. So basically, it was just radiation coming out of the top chimney and going blue, 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 blue. And nobody thought that was a bad idea until everybody started dying and all the fucking animals were fucked up. And somebody went, "Oh, I don't think we should be doing this somehow. It's just not a good idea." But because, of course, it's all the experts and they're so trusted, you have to listen to what they say because they know better than you. They said that was a good idea. Now they don't do that. Nuclear reactors have to be sealed, don't they? In fucking vessels that don't let anything escape. No duh. Yeah. So we were as thick in the 50s as China is now. But it don't matter how much you tell them, or these people and fucking places, they will still be doing stupid shit, right? In fucking 50 years' time, they'll be doing it the cheap way, the fucking backdoor way, the we don't give a fuck way. Yeah. Because it's all about the end product and money, yeah, not about looking after people.
Oh yeah, I mean they do biological weapons. You know damn well they're going to fucking test it on people. Whether we like it or not, they're going to do it and go,
Yeah.
"Oh, it was an accident."
Yeah. There was a very interesting thing that happened around a bio facility, and people say that the Americans, they put these bio facilities and share, like Porton Down shares all their really dodgy stuff with other countries because they want to see what other countries will come up with. And of course they fund them as well, and they go like, Fauci was like, "No, we never funded them, yes they fucking did. Yes they fucking did, because you can't do those types of experiments on American soil. If it comes out you've done that, it's like breaks all the fucking rules, because it's like you can't do that shit. So what you do is you just go, "Oh, anybody wants some of these samples of this stuff that we've got, and we'll fund you to do these research, and we know that you'll do the things we can't do." And it's like, but the thing is, they not only do it, yeah, they do it in dangerous ways because they're not even protecting their own staff, or the fucking buildings have got inferior equipment. So I mean, like, what do you think is going to happen? Not only do you get the actual scientific results you want, you get actual fucking people in the vicinity actually become the test guinea pigs because it's leaking out of the fucking labs.
That's fine. Moving away from the lab. Oh, hang on a minute. Oh,
Okay.
hello.
So anyway, here we are. My pessimistic outlook on many parts of the world. China, though, fucking hell. I
No,
don't
mate.
fucking
What I was going to say, yeah,
trust that
moving away
fucking
from the.
country.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, but moving away from like the biologicals, like it's like the US. They did all that fracking, didn't they? Yeah, and they want to do it in Britain. I don't know how much people know about fracking, right? Basically, big jet of water in, and it brings the old gas up, etc. In layman terms, but it then obviously spreads across as well. All the natural fissures in the earth is spread, and there's just like towns in America, whereas they will turn the taps on and they can
Yeah.
fucking light it
Yeah.
because
Because it
the
comes out
gas
in the
can. That's right. And there's a high amount of like big car, like because of that high amount of carcinogens, people getting sick, cancer, everything with it. And the government would go, no, no, that's not us. We didn't do
no.
that.
There's no scientific evidence to say that this is really what's going on. And it's like, well, no, there is scientific evidence, but like if we show it to you and slam it in your face, you go, there is no scientific evidence going on. It's like, no, you're not looking at what I'm putting up in front of you. Oh, I can't see anything in front of me. They're like that, It's like, of course, methane, itself is carcinogenic. Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's like, you're pulling something out of the ground that's carcinogenic, but they will not disclose trade secret what is in the stuff they put in the ground. What substances they're actually putting in to actually frack with, because that's a very closely guarded trade secret, and it's probably a closely guarded trade secret because just like fucking Agent Orange in the Vietnam War, it's like if you actually tell people what it is and what it does, people are going to say no, you can't use it. So what you go, it's perfectly safe. There's no evidence to say it's anything dodgy. Oh yeah, right. Yeah, Monsanto, Agent Orange. Yeah, Monsanto. Every fucking product Monsanto has ever brought out is carcinogenic and fucking causes health problems. So they always bring another one out because the last one's been banned. So they bring another one out because there's always another one needed because the last one's going to be banned. However, the government don't ever say, do you know what? Why don't we just fuck this company Monsanto off because they're just assholes? No, they're allowed to bring something else out that follows from that. But what these companies do as well is they usually sell the rights to that product to a fictional company just before it's about that product's going to be taken off the shelves. So it's bought by another company. The company is a fictional company, so that company gets sued, but only has like a couple of dollars in the bank, so nobody can ever fucking sue them for it. And they do tricks like this. And these big companies that do this shit and get the loopholes to get around, being sued for all the problems they've caused. It's like Pepsi. They sold the rights to aspartame. I think it was Pepsi or Coke. They sold the right to aspartame for a couple of dollars. Yeah, because they knew that it was going to come back. But everyone's using it in drinks all over the world. They knew there was going to be a comeback on it, and they were like, "No, no, nothing to see here." And they managed to get away with it for years. But they know there's a comeback coming on it. It's fucking great.
yeah, and it's still used, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, aspartame is very bad. Turns
Remember,
fat.
folks, the Surgeon General said smoking cigarettes is good for your health. Remember in the 1950s, smoking cigarettes is good for your health and it's the best thing you can do for your health. Adverts used to say, this brand is the healthiest brand and will prevent this and this. And they were allowed to get away with it. And they're going, there was no scientific evidence to say cigarettes are bad for you, even though people are coughing up tar and fucking cancer. No evidence of anything that's dodgy about them. Well, we know there is now, don't we? But it takes time for stuff to come out because some people are allowed to fucking gamble on other people's lives until, but then they'll have moved on and they just sold a company and they're living the high life whilst everyone else is dead. Yeah. And that's allowed all the time. That's what we live in now. This is the society we live in now. There's just new ways to fuck people over,
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Fuck all these chemical companies. Fuck all these, carcinogenic bloody farming chemical companies. Fuck them. Monsanto, ICI, fucking all these companies producing this chemical nerve agents which kill insects. Oh, but it doesn't cause any problems to humans. Yeah, for as long as you can get away with it. Yeah, that's right.
But now they've found out it fucks up bees, doesn't it, as well?
Yeah,
So it kills some insects, but now, like bees, very important to the environment.
Mm.
They're fucking getting, well, they're not quite endangered yet, but they're not getting any better. Let's just say that. They're still sitting on it, going, "Oh no, it's all right. No, it's natural." It's like, yeah, all right. It is bullshit, really, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's just out of greed, you know. It's a way to farm quicker with less money, and a lot of these chemicals were all born out of a need to like farm quicker just after the war because they wanted to produce food quicker. Didn't mean healthier; it just meant quicker. It was like the healthier part of it was just no, exclude that because we need food quicker. You know, so then of course they got allowed, a lot of things were allowed that shouldn't have really been allowed, you know, to be used, and then it's like people got used to it and they're just like, no, carry it on, you know. Well, it seems to be all right. It's like, you know, but now you're getting all these like fucking, you know, strange disorders which you've never had, you know, that, you know, you're getting a lot of Asperger's, and you know it's becoming an epidemic. They reckon that, you know, 20% of kids are going to be born pretty soon with Asperger's. Because why? Because chemicals in the environment, you know, and it's like, and are they going to do anything to stop it? No, they probably want it. They won't be happy till 70% of people are fucking born with fucking Asperger's and can't fucking communicate properly and can't think properly. Because it's like, it'll be like a robot workforce then, won't it? You program them a certain way and they don't think. Hello, Scooby. Yeah, sorry. But yeah, there's a lot of it about, isn't there? And where's all that coming from? Where's it all coming from?
It's like those beads that you use in shower gel and stuff. I mean, that's getting into, obviously it's disposed of, goes in the environment, but they've now found it's obviously in fish and other aquatic life, which is quite scary, to be honest.
Mm. I'm sensing a phone call to the police. He's hurt my feelings. He said I got Asperger's.
Oh dear, not again.
Yeah.
Fucking, I don't know about Asperger's, but we've got fucking some mental problem carrying on like that. Oh, sorry, too soon.
Yeah. Oh dear. But it's true though, and I mean, you know, 1 in 4 children is born with some disability, you know, and then you get all this kind of like, you know, these ADHDs, you know, and you know, these are all things that are born out of chemicals that are in our environment and in the foods we eat. You know, I mean, most water has what's it called? Roundup in it. Roundup is, you know, there's traces of Roundup in water, in food, you know.
What's Roundup? Sorry.
Roundup is a chemical which is used to kill off the plants so they can be harvested quicker. That's why it's called Roundup. It's actually designed to kill the plant. So they say they try to kind of like weave this kind of idea that it's used because it's good to kind of, you know, help the farming industry. But here's what it actually does, Roundup. Here's the reason they use Roundup, right? It's not to get rid of insects on the plants, because when you put it on the plants, you kill the plant. That's it. It is to kill the plant. That's what Roundup is designed for, is to kill the plant quickly. Why would you want to kill the plant? Well, because when you've grown the plant, you want the plant to dry out. So you don't have to spend money drying the plant out so much. So what you do is you kill the plant, it dries out, then you harvest it. Then you don't have to dry it so much. Yeah. So instead of having to go through the long process of collecting the plants and drying them out, which wouldn't have chemicals in them, they go, no, kill it off quick, and then you can get it processed quicker. You see, so it's
Oh,
not actually, it's not even required. You don't need it. It doesn't serve any purpose apart from fucking getting the plants in quickly at the end, right? So, as far as I'm aware, tell me if I'm wrong. So, what they've done now is they've actually changed the genetics of the plants so that they can be resistant to Roundup. So they can actually spread Roundup on them, which would normally kill them. Yeah, but they can spread it in small doses, so it kills off um, insects and things like that. So it now can be used. Now it can be used as an insecticide as well on some plants in high quantities, and then you put it in massive quantities to kill the plant off at the end to recover it as well. But now it's dripping in the fucking stuff, and that goes into the food chain. So you've got a lot of plants are killed off, with Roundup, which is in small amounts, and some of them are genetically engineered to be able to take massive amounts of it. So it's literally dosed up with the stuff. It's all carcinogenic. It's all carcinogenic. You know, it's fucking bullshit. It's like, how can we make the plant withstand more? So we genetically engineer the plant to be able to take more poison. So the plant can take the poison and still continue to grow until you overdose it. But what? That's not going to have an effect when people eat it? Oh no, there's no scientific evidence to say that this is bad on humans, apart from the fact that there is scientific evidence. So they just went through court cases in the United States. California has banned it, and a few other United States areas have banned it. They banned the neonicotinoids, didn't they, for the bees? But they're
yeah.
trying to bring it back. Trying to bring that back now. They're all fighting it. All the companies are like, no, no, we're fucking having it back now. Trying to bring it back. Just because they're not prepared to have less than 100% of the crop. Like not allowing it to grow naturally and just have, the fluctuations that you get. It's like, no, every plant must be the same height. Every plant must look the same. Every plant must have no insects, but like dosed with chemicals. But as long as that makes it good for the farmer, fuck what it does to people. As long as it's cheap for the farmer, get it on the shelves cheap. There you are. You're all happy now. You're getting your cheap food, but now it's not even cheap. So even now, it's not even fucking cheap with the way they're producing it now. It's not even fucking cheap with that shit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. My jury's out on genetically modified food, but there is, I don't know. In the back of my mind, it's like you don't fuck with nature.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know?
they're
I
allowed.
mean,
They're allowed to do it in the United States, but the US wants to import its food to us, but we won't allow it. We won't allow genetically modified anything. We've banned that in the UK, but of course, America's like, go on, fucking, go on, have it.
I know they genetically modified tomatoes to withstand frost as well. They actually done that, and I was quite amazed at that. But then you think to yourself, hang on a minute, natural cycle of things. You're going to get crops at certain times of the year and not at others. And why? All right, it's all to do with like making food available all the time. But do we really need that? Can we not just like live how we always had, and not? Because you just get the big companies, like you say, they make a fuckload of money out of it, and we're just the same as we always have been, trying to fucking scrimp and save for money and food. It's not going to change anything, is it? We've got a butter mountain, but you can't have it unless you pay a lot of money. Oh, looks like we're fucked then. Simple as.
Yeah, the trouble is as well that like you get organic growers get contaminated by the sprays and the runoff waters that get into the water tables that are affecting like even organic foods, which are supposed to be grown without any of this shit, still contaminated with it. You get organic food and you have it tested, it'll have Roundup in it, and it's like it's in the sea, like you take water samples from the sea, Roundup's in the sea. The other thing is like fertility, the pill. It's like a pill is in the water we drink from a tap water. All the chemicals that we consume and the pharmaceuticals are pissed and excreted and shit out of us. and it goes back into the water system, which cleans out, basic particles, but the very fine chemicals still go through, go back into the sea, go up in the clouds, rain down on the fields and in our food, and will come back into lakes, and then become what part of a water supply. So we just fucking, it's just chemicals, you know. And most of these agricultural chemicals and everything, it all relies on the bloody petrochemical industry. It's most of the base products to make fertilizers and all these things come from petrol, breaking down petrol. So it's like,
hydrocarbons.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what we eat, what we drink, we're still fucked.
Yeah. People talk about, like, British, support British farmers. It's like, well, are they trying to give us clean food? No. If you actually look at what British farmers want, they want more access to more chemicals and higher amounts. That's what British farmers want. And if you say to them, like, well, what about, like, not farming that way? They're like, well, it's not profitable. You can't do it. It's like saying to a Chinese restaurant, can I have my meal without MSG in it? They're like, that'd be stupid. You can't do that. What are you on about? It's like, well, I don't want the MSG. And they're like, no, you fucking mental. There's something wrong with you. Because they know that's what makes the food tasty. MSG.
It's weird, isn't it? It's weird because, like, I mean, as a kid, I remember, like, you've got a crop rotation, as you may know. I don't know if they still teach it, but, like, you used to get the farmer and they put potatoes in, or they'd put something in the ground for one season, maybe two, and then they'd leave it barren for a year, let it all take over. But they also used to burn the fields. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
They don't do that now. Not allowed. Too much pollution. It's like, fuck off. It's not. It's putting nutrients back in. If there's a fire, if you burn something, it puts all the nutrients back in the ground. And all the right chemicals which are needed to grow a nice crop. And as an example, if you go, like, there's tribes in the Amazon who they will live off the land, and they will cut down an area of land. They will use it for X amount of time, and then what they do, they leave it, they burn that area, and then they leave it, and they disappear. They go somewhere else, and then they will come back to it X amount of time later because it's all regrown. And the ground is matured, and they can actually then make better crops as well. Fucking hell, it's not rocket science, is it? Understand a bit of nature, and you'll be all right. Not all this chemical shit does me in. Don't like it.
Mm. Yeah, the ancient art of farming the land and taking time to allow the land to recover, and using, as you say, techniques like, different natural fertilizers to kind of, work its way back in. It takes time. So, you're talking in the region of 10 years of cycling a lot of fields and working them around, and the farmers just gone, no, that takes too long. We can't wait that long. We want 1 year rotation, so we just put chemicals on it, and that just, like, sorts it out. But what it does, it basically erodes the actual nutrients. So you're growing plants with fake nutrients instead of natural minerals and substances that are meant to be there, complex mineral substances. You're just going for, like, quick agents which make the plants grow quick, like quick fertilizers, quick. But it's, as I say, I mean, a real onion will be small but very strong, whereas they can grow you an onion really quickly, which is this big, which, of course, weight wise, you're selling the onion on its weight.
Yeah.
But it's got no taste because it's not a real onion. It's just an exploded fucking water bomb, basically, that's been, so this is how they go. They go, now, how can we bulk this stuff up? How can we make it weigh more? But it doesn't matter whether it actually has food in it anymore. How can we make it expand so it weighs more and holds more water? Yeah, because we can sell that for more money, because it's food sells on weight, not quality. It's fucking bullshit. These people are like the, you know.
Mm. Right, I've got to end the stream because I need to go to bed. I've got to get up early. So, thank you, Matt, for coming on. It's been a pleasure as
Sorry.
always.
Yeah.
Hey, you're all right.
Pessimistic view on what's going on, like, you know, in the world. Sorry. So I did a
No
magazine called
apologies
Truth
needed.
Seekers Review because I had the veil pulled out from my fucking eyes, and I was just like, Jesus Christ.
Hey, there's no apology needed. Fucking say it. It's freedom of speech. Don't give a shit. We can say what we like. Who cares? But anyway, everybody, I've still got 64 in, but thank you very much for coming, everybody. It's been a good night. And Matt, thank you as always. It's been a pleasure.
Sorry,
And
I'd probably be more positive. Maybe it's the codeine. I blame the drugs.
After all that, I blame the drugs I've been taking.
Take
made by pharmaceutical companies. Fuck.
Yeah. Take my stents out, and I'll be happier.
Take care, all. Thanks very much.
All the best.
Again on the flip side.
Cheers, Dinkum. I only just noticed you're in, mate. Sorry.